When somebody interrupts the beam from a sensor, like this, it breaks the beam and it sends a load of electronic signals, all the way down this cable into this unit here, which is a driver. The driver amplifies the signals and sends them to the sound beam itself, which is here. The sound beam then converts those signals into what's called MIDI information, and the MIDI information is sent by cable to the sound source, which in this case is this one here, the sound module. You can use this device here to tell the sound module to play a range of different sounds. So at the moment the one we've got is the flute, but just by a small little alteration at the back here, I can get it to make this sound, like a voice sound. You've also got foot switches which are attached to the sound beam, which you operate with your feet, but I'll hold this one up. And this makes another sound. And you can plug this into 8 different holes down here to make 8 different sorts of sounds. I'll just demonstrate one more. The sound beam itself is programmed with 30 different setups, and each of the setups has a number of different sounds on it. They're named, and the name of the setup gives it the sort of flavour. One that we've been using a lot in the project has been called Arabian Nights, which I'll just select for you now. This has got a kind of pitch bend clarinet sound. Which is very responsive to movement on beam number 1. On input number 2, we've got a pedal sound, like a filtered synth, which gives you a scale to play over. So you can set that going. By breaking the beam slowly, you stop the sound. On input number 3 of Arabian Nights, you've got a muted saxophone. And on the final input, you've got a double bass. So all 4 of these different sounds are instantly accessible from what's called this one setup. But you can also use it with the sampler, which we've got over here. The sampler is an electronic tape recorder, and you can use it to record people's voices, which is really good fun. And then you assign the sample to the sound beam so that someone can say something to a microphone, and then straight away they can play it off the sound beam. I'll just give you a quick demonstration. Okay, so we hit the record button and we say, hello. I'll just play that back to you. Hello. And you can hear my voice. Hello. And if you look closer, you can also see it as a waveform there. Now, by pressing another button on the sampler, I get it prepared and ready to be triggered by the sensor. Hello. And instead of a clarinet or a flute, you can hear my voice. And because the beam is broken up into a number of different sections, my voice will occur at different places along the beam. Once it's in the beam, you can then transpose it, pitch it up. And whilst the child is operating this, you can be manipulating it in real time, which gives them a real sense of adventure and also of control over the sound. We found this to be a really potent tool when working with non-vocal students that don't normally make sounds with their voices and their larynxes. So to be able to make any sort of sound and record it and then put it on the beam is tremendously empowering.